A reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 14, beginning from Sloka number 25. This is the story of King Pururava and Urvashi. So we read how Urvashi came and met Pururava and they enjoyed together. Urvashi had put 3 conditions, and if those conditions are satisfied, then she would stay with him, otherwise she would leave. So now some time passed and it was time for her to go back. So this is being described now. Rammanastaya devya padmakinchalka gandhaya tanmukhamodam mushito mumude ahar ganan bahun. While enjoying with that Devi, that lady, whose bodily fragrance was like the lotus coming from the whorl of the lotus, Pandu Kinjal Gandhava Keshar, and Tanmukha Modam Mushito or Mushito Mumude Ahar Gunan Bahun. So, enjoying the beauty of her face, and he lived for long times, and Ahar Ganan Mumude he enjoyed. So this is just a description. Apashyan Urvashi Mindro Gandharvan Samachodayat Urvashi Rahitam Mahiyam Asthanam Nati Shobhate. So these people are called Gandharvas. Narada is also Gandharva. Originally he was a Gandharva, his name was Ubbarhana. And then he was cursed by Brahma. Then he was born as the son of maidservant. Then he became Narada, son of Brahma now. Right? So he was cursed by Brahma, then he became his son. But he is also, although he is a Devarshi, he is called Devarshi, Surarshi, but he is also still quite associated with Gandharvas. Because Gandharvas, they like to sing and dance. That's why Narada is always playing. Because his samskara is coming from the previous life. It is described in one of the Puranas I read long ago that as Uparhana, he learned singing for a long time. And he learned from many, many people, including from Rukmani in Dwarka. So he spent thousands of years just learning music. So he is so good. It's not that he became Narada just in one lifespan like this, but that ability to sing is coming from previous lives. So that's why this he also goes quite often to Indra's assembly, because Indra is together and all these Gandharvas come and they sing. He went to Brahma's assembly and sing. So this is what Gandharvas do. So Urvashi and all these Apsaras, they are also counted among Gandharvas. So this is one of the Devayoni. There are many species among the Devas. Deva is a common word, but this is also Gandharva, Kinnaras. They all come in that. So in some place it is also described that it is Narada who told Urvashi about these 3 conditions. That when Urvashi was coming down on earth, she met Narada and they know each other. So Narada said that you put these 3 conditions and this way you will be able to come back. So now Indra, he felt the absence of Urvashi in her assembly, because he noticed that she is not coming anymore. So then he told Gandharvas that you go and somehow get her back. So this is what is described here. Apashyan Urvasi Mindro Gandharvan Samachodayat. Not seeing Urvasi in his assembly, he asked the Gandharvas that bring her. Urvashi Rahitam Mahyam Asthanam Nate Shobhate. That my palace, my assembly is not looking very beautiful without Urvashi, because she is the chief of the Apsaras. So therefore he asked them to go and bring. So then this is what they did. Taupetya Maharatre Tamsi Pratyupastite Urvashya Urunau Jannu Jarhun Nyastau Rajani Jayaya. So they went at night because they wanted to steal. So if you want to steal, night is the time. So Maharatro means midnight, Tamsi, so it was dark. Pratyupastite, when this came, then they stole the 2 sheep which Urvashi has entrusted to Pururava for protection. So Nistau Rajani Jaya. So Mahyamasthanam Mama Sabha Maharatre Madhyaratre. The word Maharatre means midnight. Mahanisha Dve Ghatike Ratrau Madhyama Yamayoho. So the middle 2 Ghatikas, Ghatika is 48 minutes. So 96 minutes around the midnight, 48 before, 48 after. So 11:12 to 12:48. That is called Maharatra. Iti Smriti, this is according to the Smriti. So that's when they did their job, stealing. And Nisamya Akranditam Devi Putrayor Niyamanayo Hatasmiham tu Kunathena Napunsha Viramanina. So then she heard the sound or the crying of the babies or the sheeps, which she considered like her babies. So this is what she said, that Nisamya Akaranditam Devi, that lady, she heard the crying of the sheep. How do sheep cry? You know. So you know that. So Putrayo Niyamanayo. Now these are described here as her sons, true sons. They were being carried. So then what did she say? Hata asmi, I am dead, I am finished. Like when you lose your wealth, if you are attached to something and that object is destroyed, then you feel as if you are dead, right? This is what Arjuna was saying. He says that if these people get killed, then I don't want to live. Because he was having his attachment, his identification with them. So if you are attached to something or somebody, then loss of that is like loss of your own self. So this is how material identity works. Our material identity is dependent on so many things, beginning with the material body, and then it's not only that we identify with the body, we identify with many things related to the body. And then body is related to many things, right? It's related to parents, siblings, children, country, friends, job also. So then your identity gets spread into all these things. That's how you expand. As in the Upanishad says that ekaki na ramte, right? You don't enjoy alone, so you spread yourself into so many things. That's how you enjoy. So first you are one, then you get married, then you have children, so you expand yourself. And this is the way to enjoy. You expand through human beings, making friends, right? Facebook friends. And then you expand in so many other ways. You construct, make house, ashram. Right? So this is how people expand. So you also keep pets, then you expand. So expansion. This is the meaning of Brahman. Brahman is expanding. Aham Brahmasmi. So we all like to expand. This is the joy of life. What is the joy of life? Expanding. That's why when you grow, you're expanding. Isn't it? And more you grow, more you expand. So life is always trying to expand. And of course, you also want to be yourself. At least when you sleep, then you come back, then you wake up, then you again spread yourself into so many things. So more the merrier. More and more you expand, right? So more possessions you have, more friends you have. So I, and then I expands into my. So this is how human beings expand. So plants and trees, they also do that. They leave their seeds and then they grow. So many more seeds come out, more plants. So this is the nature. This is Prakriti. Expansion. Prakriti means expansion. It starts expanding, right? Mahat Tattva, big Tattva.
All starts with nourishment. It all starts with nourishment.
Yes. And then it goes on expanding. Now they say, science also says that the universe is still expanding. Right? They say that it's expanding, becoming bigger and bigger. So this is the pleasure. In case of Prakriti, it also comes back and then it expands. In case of Brahman, it goes on expanding, limitless. So that's what Brahman means, one who is expanding all the time. And we being part, we also try to expand, but now we are identifying with matter, so we expand in matter. That is the material pleasure. So it's difficult to be just with yourself alone. This lockdown is a curse to many people because they cannot expand. So it says that Nisamya akranditam devi putrayor niyamanayo. So after hearing this crying, then she said, Hata asmi aham. I am dead, I am killed. Somebody had killed me, I am finished, I am lost. Hata. This is a popular statement in Sanskrit. When you lament, you say, Hata asmi. Mar gaya. Right?
I think even Mandodari said it, no? Like now and then.
Yes, standard, Hata asmi. So ladies will say Hata asmi, male will say Hato asmi. So why Kunathene? That I have a useless master. Kunatha. I have such a useless master. Natha means master. Natha is also used for husband, Lord. So both meanings. That I trusted this guy here, and look what happened. So my trust is broken. I cannot believe this, that this fellow could not protect my sheep. So I'm finished, because my life is in the sheep. So what kind of master is it? Napunsha. Right? He is a Napunshaka. Krishna also told this to Arjuna. Right? What did he say? Klabhyam masmagama partha na tattvai upayajyate tyaktotishta parantapa shudram hirdaya daurbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. So this klibta, napunshakta, these are the biggest abusive word you can tell a kshatriya. You can even cut him with swords, he can tolerate that, but this word, that's why Krishna used it, klabhya. So you can see how deeply Arjuna was depressed, dejected, that even after hearing the word klabhya, he could not stand up. He was still crying. So she says that Kunathena Napunsha Veeramanina, and he is a hero just in name. Right? Just like Vimukta Manina, Patanti Adha Anadrita Yushmadangraya. So some people, they think themselves, like they say he passes for a doctor, means he thinks he's a doctor. So that is called Dr. Manina. Which means that they only have the pride of being a Veera, hero, but there is no heroism. So when someone thinks and somebody is a hero, but the heroism is not there, what is that called? Viparyaya. Right? So that is right. So that object does not have its qualities. So tasmin tad abhava. So this is called viparya jnana. Means I have been fooled. I thought he is a great hero, he is a master, he is a man. Now I understand he is none of these things. So this is of course the biggest punch to Pururava. Nobody said anything, nobody could dare to say anything like this to him. He is a king. So this is what happens, that if you become attached to something, somebody, then that person can do anything to you. You become powerless in front of a person whom you love or who loves you. Or attachment, here it is material attachment. So when you are materially attached, then you become powerless. So you may think that he is the Natha, but who is the Natha now? So master thinks that he is the master, but actually it is the servant who is the master. It's a relationship. It's not just one way, it's both ways. So she is calling her all these names, and he cannot answer her. So this is the biggest insult. So yad vishrambhadaham nashta hitapatya cha dasyubhihi yashete nishishantrasto yatha nari devapuman. Says that I trusted him, Vishrambhar, and therefore I am lost now. If you put your trust in the wrong person, then you are in danger. Especially if you trust someone for your maintenance, for your life, and that person is not qualified, then you are in trouble. So, Jiva Goswami says that to be merciful on someone when actually you are not qualified, dayalo rasamarthaste, then your dayaluta, your mercifulness, will only bring you trouble for you and for the person on whom you are being dayalu. Why? Because he will not get what you want to give and you will feel ultimately incompetent that you could not do this. So this is what he is saying, that I put my faith, my trust in him, and now I realize that I made a big mistake, therefore I am nashta and hata. Hritapatya. I am lost. Why? Because my children have been stolen by dacoits, the Syubhi. And this fellow is not doing anything. He's just lying in the bed like a woman. Yashete nishi santrasto. He says he's just sleeping out of fear. If you are in your bed and you hear some sound and you think that the thieves are coming, then you pull the sheet on your head and start snoring so that they don't disturb you and they can do whatever at least they spare your lives. He says this is what he's doing. He says santrasta and yatha nari. He says like a woman. And devapuman. He says only in the daytime he acts like a man. At night he is just a sissy. That's what he's saying, nari. He says he's nothing. I never knew that he will be like this. So Putrayor, Meshiyor, so the sons here are these two sheep, and Napunsha, Napunshakene, so Napunshaka, eunuch, Yatra Vishrambhat, Viroyam iti Vishwashat. So I thought, I put my trust in him thinking that he is a hero. But that's not true. Nishi nari yatha tatha shrete. He says at night he is sleeping just like a woman. What does it mean? Santrastaha choran meshau anetum asamartha. So he says he is fearing, he is afraid of these thieves, therefore he is just hiding under the sheet and he has no ability to bring back my sheep. So he is hero only in the daytime. So some people are like that. When it comes to boasting and talking, they are heroic. When it comes to doing something, then there is less. Right? So tasmat diva eva ya puman. So he is only hero in the daytime. So when he heard, then this was just very painful for him. Iti vak sayakair viddha pratotrairiva kunjaraha nishi nistrin samadaya vivasro abhidravad rusha. So he was pierced by the arrows of words. So these arrows of word, they are the most powerful. As Krishna says, na tatha tapyate viddha puman bane sumarmagai yatha tudanti marmastha hiyastam parusheshava. So he says that the arrows do not pierce you or hurt you as the sharp words of an enemy, which go deeper into you. Because the arrows, they pierce only the physical body, but the sharp arrow of criticism goes into the subtle body. The arrow cannot touch the subtle body, it can only touch the gross body. But the words, they go into the subtle. Because the sound is the most subtle of all qualities of five tattvas. So when he was pierced by this, it is described that it was just like you have that goad for controlling the elephant. That is called pratotra. Ankush dekha na? So this person who drives the elephant, so elephant on his head, on both sides, there are two parts which are very soft. So they hit there, and that elephant starts trembling because they are very soft. Those are the marmasthanas, vital parts. So this gourd is not very big, it's only just like maybe maximum 2 feet long, but they pierce it into him. And then he listens to them, this big elephant. So it was just like as if somebody has pierced that elephant, pratotra. Pratotra iriva kunjara. Kunjara is name for elephant. Kunja suramti. Kunjara. And Nishi nistrinsamadaya. So then immediately he got up from his bed and he took the sword and he ran to chase the thieves. Only problem was that he was vivasra, he was naked. So this was the plan. So he ran naked, abhyadravad, he ran behind them and he was very angry. Because she made him angry and now he has to take out his anger on them. So therefore he runs after them. So nistrinsham khadagam, nistrinsham means the sword. And this is what really they wanted. Te vishrujya urnau tatra vyadyo tanta sma vidyutaha adaya meshavayantam nagnam akshat sapatim. So as soon as he came and they understood, these Gandharvas, that he is naked now, so then they dropped the sheep, but they flashed their torchlight. So they made light. And when they made light, then Urvashi, she saw him naked. And this was enough. So now the contract is broken. He could have taken a gamcha or something. He did not do that. So poor fellow, he got into the trouble now. So adaya mesham ayantam. So he took the sheep and he was bringing them back. So akshat sapatim nagnam. So then Urvashi, she saw the husband naked. And then as soon as this happened, she disappeared. She just left, even without him noticing her. Because it was just a flash. So she is inside the room and he is outside, so he is not able to see. But she probably saw him through the window or open door, and then she just left. She joined the Gandharvas running. He says, wow, I'm back. And poor Pururava is left crying there. So, Ailo api shayane jayam apashyan vimana iva tachitto vivalaha shochan babhramo nuvatta vanmahim. So then Aila, he came and he saw that his wife was not there. Therefore he became very disturbed, Vimanaiva, and he searched for her, thought maybe she's around. She went to bathroom. Where did she go? So he looked for her, Tachitto Vivala, because his mind was set on her. And then he was lamenting because he saw that she is nowhere to be seen. So then he was searching for her, and he wandered all over earth in the same situation, like a mad person. Because imagine the king wandering naked. You heard the saying, king have no clothes, right? This is where it comes from. So the king has no clothes. That is the Pururava. So he wandered everywhere, just crying, asking trees, flowers, rivers, mountains, animals, like you see in Ramayana how Lord Ramachandra was asking for Sita. You see in Bhagavatam how gopis were searching for Krishna. So like that Pururava is searching for Urvashi. So this is famous love story of Pururava. Vidyuta Vishishta Dyutimanta Vyadyotanta Deeptim Makurvanta Tadaiva Nagnam Akshataiti Bhasha Bhangat Nirjagami Tigyayam. So from where the light came, did they have a torchlight? No, there was no torchlight. But these are devas, and deva means who are light, right? Devdhatu, Deeptimanta. So they are light. So they shone, and in their light she could see him naked. And then the contract was broken, that Bhasha Bhangat Nirjagama. And then she immediately disappeared from there. But it is not that she was not in love with him. It is also that she loved him. But she also has to get back because Indra wanted her. And Narada also has told that you have to come back when this is over. So this was her situation. See, this is what happens if woman is independent, and I'm not against woman liberation, but then she gets exploited. It's a fact. So whether man or woman like it or don't like it, but this is a fact. That if woman is single and alone, then men have a tendency to exploit her. And it is difficult for woman to protect herself. Although there is arrangement from state government and so many things are there to protect her, but still, law is not some human being. Before law is enforced or law comes into action, the woman can already be exploited. That thing is later on. So unless people are dharmic, which means instead of external law, there is a law fixed inside the mind or the heart, then this is just a nature. Anyone who has power, who has strength, has a tendency to exploit. And it is a fact that physically men are stronger than women in general. Not all men and not all women, but in general it is the situation. So therefore she gets exploited even in the present age. This cannot be denied. So now you see that therefore Manu made that statement. Manu was not saying that women should be kept under control and this. That's not the meaning. When Manu says Nastriya Swatantram Arhati, he's not saying don't give freedom to women. That is a misinterpretation of his statement. What he's saying that women are not capable of being independent because they would be exploited. That's what he means. So his intention is that they should be given protection. So therefore he says that they should be protected before marriage by father and after marriage by husband. That's what he's trying to say. But now his statement has been interpreted or misinterpreted out of context. Because this is what people do, that they don't read the whole thing, they don't read the context, they don't because these slokas are not standalone slokas, right? They are part of other slokas, so you have to see their meaning in relationship with them. But people take out one thing from somewhere and then they start criticizing. So you have to go back to the original book and see what is there, what is the topic which is being discussed, what was said before it, what comes afterwards, what is there in the rest of the book. Is Manu really biased against women? And if yes, why is he biased? What is his interest? Did he hate women or what? No, that's not true. He is actually looking, he made the code for the welfare of humanity, irrespective of their gender or sex. And he understood the human psychology better than even the present day lawmakers. So therefore, Yad Manur Avadat Tad Bhesajam, there is a statement that what Manu said, that is Bhesajam, means that is like medicine for good health. But unfortunately, for last 100 years at least, Manu and Manusmriti have been just misinterpreted and attacked and criticized. Of course, it is a law book and there are certain things which are not applicable now, but it is Manusmriti was, when it was written, applicable at that time. If Manu is now at present, he will probably modify many things. Because there is modification in all law. Every constitution of every country gets modified over a period of time. You modify, certain things are struck off, certain things are added, changes happen. So he wrote it. But the basic principles which he defines in the beginning are still applicable. But the practical application of those principles that can change. So we should not throw the baby with bath water. And even if you find something wrong with some of the slokas, there's also a lot of good thing in it. So you can be discriminative. You can accept those, not that because of this one or two slokas you throw away the whole thing. But that's what people do. And they hate the whole thing. So they see Lord Ramachandra abandoned Sita, now throw away the whole Ramayana. And then what do you have? What is the ideal you have in your life? What is the practical guidance you have in your life? The modern day film stars. So that's your trade-off. As if they are very great, much greater than Rama. So even if you don't like some parts of his story, you can still learn so many things from him. So therefore Niti says that if there is a gold lying in the piece of shit, then you pick up the gold and leave the shit, Right? So Stri Ratnam Duskuladapi, if there is a Stri Ratna, a good woman born in a bad family, you can still take her. If there is a gem lying in the dirt, you can still take it from there. So similarly, there are many gems lying in these books, and we should take that. There is not so much shit in it. There are more gems. But unfortunately, that's what people have done. These same people, if they see gold lying in some garbage, they will pick it up. They will not say, oh, this pot is full of garbage. How can I take gold from here? So she is speaking, and actually now later on what Urvashi will speak, that will be shocking to women. And of course it is women speaking about women. So you can't blame men for that. So she was also in love with him. So in a way, I was talking that how she was in trouble because she was not married. If she had a husband, she would not get into this trouble. But because she was not married, then if you are not married or you are not fixed with one person these days, no marriage, but at least have a boyfriend. So Urvashi did not have one. She was neither married nor had a boyfriend. So she heard about Pururava and then she went to him. But at the same time, she was not completely free from her position in Swarga. So she has her allegiance to Indra and she was with Pururava. So this is the tension. So we may think that she just left him and she went away, as if she has nothing to do with him, but actually that's not true. Because she is the same lady who said that Tasya Rupa Guna Adarya Shila Drivana Vikraman Shrutva Urvasi Indra Bhavane Giya Manan Surashina Tadantikam Upayaya Devi Smara Shara Ardita. That after hearing the beauty, qualities, character, power, prowess, wealth, character of Pururava, she was attracted and she came to Pururava herself, leaving Indra's place. And she was attracted to him. Smara Sharardita means she was captivated by him. So and then she was living with him and he has not mistreated her. He was also in love with her. So they actually had a good match. And now she has to suddenly leave this. Because Indra wants her back. Right? Indra wants her back, and of course she is from heaven. She is from Swarga, so she also has to go back there. She has to come down because of the curse of Mitra Varuna. So she was in a situation. Why Mitra Varuna cursed her? Only because of the same situation, that she was not fixed with one man. So when a woman is beautiful and young and knows how to sing and dance, and she is not fixed with one man, then every man thinks that she is available. It's just natural, right? Present also same. So then every man tries to get her. And she is one and there are many men. So she has to deal with it. So Mitra Varuna also wanted her. And when Mitra Varuna wanted her, she was attracted to Pururava. That's when the curse came. This is the story of the curse. When it is said that Mitra Varuna has cursed her, this is actually what happened. That they called her, and there are also Devas. And that's when they lost their semen and then they kept it, and then Agastya and Vasishtha. This whole story is related with this incident. So becoming angry, they cursed her to go to Naraloka, means go to Pururava. So she has to come down. So the curse is there because her attraction is there. And now she has lost part of the attraction because she has to, right? When you are attracted to somebody, your attraction is much more when you have not met that person. Then you come together, then level of attraction goes down. Right? So that's also the factor. Now she has to go back. Yes.
About the attachment, because it seems that Pururava, he was completely mad because of the attachment. When he lost her, he lost also his, let's say, I don't want to say honor, but he has no more self-respect because he's running around naked asking to everybody where is she, where is she. But my question is that these devas or Gandharvas, they also have this type of capacity to become attached.
Yes.
They say, so she was also in the same situation.
Yes, that's why I said that. Remember yesterday we read that Smara Sharadarsita, she was pierced by the arrows of Cupid, being attracted to Pururava.
And then this capacity, this...
That's how she came to Arjuna. I mentioned yesterday. She was attracted to him, but Arjuna refused.
So then, when we speak to protect a woman, this means that the woman has to be fixed basically on only one man. So
yes.
that, there is no other possibility.
That is ideal, although Now women may not like it, but if you compare, that is better.
Babaji Maharaj.
हाँ जी, बोलो, आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Urvashi cursed Arjuna.
Yes.
So at that time, Urvashi felt like in heaven we don't have mother, son, and all these other kind of relationships. It's all free for all kind of thing.
Yes.
So now we are seeing that Urvashi is getting cursed because she is not fixed with one. So isn't she a denizen of heaven? So then she should be free, like to enjoy with as many as she wants to.
Yeah, but who is stopping her?
But she is getting cursed.
Well, that's not in her control. If you curse somebody, don't you see this in the modern society? Modern society is just like this, what we hear about heaven. Girls are free to go anywhere. They can change boyfriend every week. But that doesn't mean that when she change, the previous one doesn't get mad at you and try to harm you. There's so many stories about that, right? Either boy tries to harm or sometimes the girl tries. So these are two separate things. Just because they're free doesn't mean that the other party accepts that. If a boy gets attached to a girl and then girl drops him and goes to another one, then boy gets angry and may try to harm. That's the meaning of curse.
But then the point which comes is that like dharma is applicable primarily on earth because this karma kshetra is earth.
Yes.
So then dharma should not be applicable in heaven if like Urvashi, I mean to say then Mitra Varun, why they are cursing?
That's what I'm saying. It is applicable there, but if you follow your mind there, that is a different thing. Dharma is applicable here. Does everyone follow here? I'm saying the same thing, that you get angry at somebody and you try to harm. So can you say that dharma is not applicable now? No, if you don't follow dharma, that doesn't mean that dharma is not there. Dharma is applicable, but they are getting mad and cursing. The sages also curse here. We heard that Nimi cursed Vasishtha. That was not in heaven. So just as they are cursing here on earth, they curse there also. Dharma is saying don't harm others, therefore don't curse. But if you do that, yeah, of course you have to pay price for that. It's not that it comes without any reaction to it. Cursing also has its price.
Babaji, earlier in your lecture you mentioned the statement Aham Brahmasmi. Can you explain what it means and in which Shastra does this statement come from?
Well, it means I am Brahman. Can you Google it where it comes in one of the Upanishads? I don't remember the exact reference. But in Bhagavatam also is there. If you go to Bhagavatam 12th Canto 5th chapter and maybe 7th or 8th verse, there is a statement Brahmaham Aham Brahman. Exactly Brahmaham is there. 12th Canto 5th chapter. There is a same statement in the sloka. I can give you actually the reference from here. I have Bhagavatam right here. So aham brahma param dhama brahmaham paramam padam evam samiksham atmanam atmanyadha. In Sanskrit it is 12.5.11. in Bhagavatam.
So Babaji, it's a Advaitavad statement because the Jiva cannot be Brahma.
Jiva is part of Brahman, and sometimes part can be spoken as of the whole. Just like if you have your shirt torn in one part, you say, oh, my shirt is torn. So it's not that the shirt is torn, it is just one part which is torn. But you are using the whole for the part. So similarly, Jiva is part of Brahman, and because of identification, just like when somebody is in love, then they say we are one. So out of love, when you love God, then you identify that. Then you say, I am one. Just like Krishna says, Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. All this is Vasudeva. Everyone is Vasudeva, that's what it means. Right? He's saying it. He says, one who knows this is a Mahatma.
Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1:4-10.
Okay, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1:4-10. Aham Brahmasmi.
Babaji Maharaj, I'm not getting one thing clear regarding this Bhog Yoni and Karam Yoni.
Hanji.
Can curses be applicable in Bhog Yoni?
अरे भैया यही तो पढ़ रहे हैं अभी, आप सुन नहीं रहे हो. What is Bhog Yoni?
Bhog Yoni is enjoyment or suffering, whatever.
So then curse is suffering or not? There is no enjoyment without suffering. Can you enjoy without suffering? Can you enjoy food without hunger? Can you enjoy sleep without getting tired? Can you enjoy your AC without heat? You cannot enjoy without suffering. So if Bhogyan is there, means both are there. So therefore even in hell there is some pleasure, because if it's all the time suffering, then they will not suffer. Can be just continuously suffering. There have to be a break, and then you can suffer again. So there is no ek rasa. There are waves, ups and downs.
Yeah, I was just thinking that all this was planned by Babaji. It was all planned by her, right? So then, Purava did not know anything about this, or he played with it?
No, he did not know.
Anything.
She was keeping it as a secret.
And why did she do it? I mean, she knew she wanted to go back.
Yeah. Because if she does not go back, she will get another curse.
Oh.
That's exactly what I'm saying. When you are not fixed with one man, then this guy is cursing you, another guy is cursing you. Now Indra can curse her, Mitra Varuna cursed, Narada can also curse her.
And she's the same Urvashi who was cursed by, she cursed Arjuna because Arjuna called her her mother. And,
Yes.
And then he became,
Right. Same Urvashi. So it is the same old lady about whom people are going gaga. And there's a lady Gaga also. People go gaga about her. So she's actually an old lady, what you call an old hag, But she's coming from the time of these people. When was Arjuna, when was Pururava? So don't have your plan to go to heaven.
Babaji, the king was in a catch-22 situation because if he wore his clothes and he went to chase the lambs, by that time the lambs would have probably been taken away and he would have still gotten cursed by her. And
Why gotten
he
cursed?
tried to save the lambs and he still got cursed. So it was a trap for him.
No, if you would have put some quick dhoti, why would he get cursed? It's natural for man to go outside the bedroom to put some dress in. She would not curse him. But she had planned it. So this shows that when you are too much what you call fascinated by a woman or woman by a man, that how you lose your buddhi. That is the meaning. So at that time he did not have this much buddhi because she spoke these sharp words to incite his anger. And Krishna has very clearly defined that how with anger you lose your buddhi. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. So you get deluded. So that's why the word Rusha was used, that he was very angry. So anger was incited by her. He would have been angry at her, but he was angry at the thieves. But the anger was incited by her sharp words. So this is how it worked. And when you are angry, then you forget. So that's what happened.
Babaji, Haribol.
Bolo.
I'm wondering if from the literary point of view, can we say that we have the two face of the same coin of material love with the arrow, flowery arrow for material love, and then the arrow of harsh words for hate?
Yes, it's always like that. The raga and dvesha, they come together.
Yes, and as you were just mentioning, the story is telling her, talking to us about material love, and we have all the ingredients. I just would like to make sure I got all the points so that, if we share the story with some youngsters or some other people, it can be very useful. So it starts with attraction through speech, through very nice words, and it's based on
love bombing.
Physical beauty.
It starts with love bombing.
Okay, love bombing.
Right.
Yeah. And then we have it's conditioned because there is a kind of contract. There are three conditions, so it's not unconditional. And then it's based on we are not in the Dharma, and the Buddhi is completely lost, and it's full of enjoyment.
And conditions will never be fulfilled.
And with anger.
And just remember that the conditions will never be fulfilled.
Okay, all right, that's interesting.
Right? So you can see this in any love affair. If it
So
is
it couldn't fulfill the condition.
no, it cannot be fulfilled. It's impossible.
I can. Okay. And so finally, I'm thinking, what can we advise? Which advice can we give to someone who would be like poor king, the poor king? So maybe we should tell this person first, when the person meets with someone, to wait 1 year before before getting married, or with no sensual pleasure, no hug, nothing, to use the buddhi, and we can tell these women like Urvashi to get married instead of going from one man to another?
Yes, but at least 6 months, if not 1 year. But now they don't wait. Now they don't wait 6 hours. Very first night they want to. Yes, it is intelligent to wait.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering how we should educate people.
Yes, you can write this story from this point of view. It will be good educative story. We can make slides and teach. It's a very nice story actually. If you want to teach what's going on in the material world at present, it's exactly the same thing. That women are free, they have this person, that person, but then they are not happy. Their curse means suffering. And then man is also suffering because there is no stability in relationship. Now you will see more instability as the story proceeds, that she will come once a year to meet him. And he will wait for her like crazy. And finally, one day, of course, he wakes up to his senses and he drops it. So that, of course, is unusual twist in the story because that doesn't happen in the material world. Here you keep on what you call chewing the chewed. Go on having the same experience again and again and getting into the same trouble again and again. Until you get so old that now no one really looks at you. Okay? All right.